Well, the liberal media will no doubt blame Republicans. I mean, that's just a given on it. But the American people are going to see through that. I mean, that's just a given as well. I go back to the last time that the Democrats were blamed for a shutdown is when, under President Trump, Chuck Schumer thought he'd be a good guy to be able to shut the government down because he didn't want to do a continuing resolution, just keep it open. He wanted to demand all DACA recipients receive citizenship or he'd shut the government down. It was closed for the weekend, and then by Monday, Democrats said, this is a crazy thing. We want to be able to reopen the government. This is irrational for us to be able to have in a government shutdown fight is to demand DACA citizenship as a part of this. I think Democrats are going to face the same thing on this. Literally what the House of Representatives passed was a continuation of current year spending for 7 more weeks and said, we're very close on the 12 appropriation bills. Let's finish those up. Let's just extend where we are for 7 more weeks to be able to allow time for negotiations. And Democrats have run to the microphone and have said, no way. They want an additional $1 trillion in new spending, including things like health care for illegal aliens. They want to unwind a lot of things in the One Big Beautiful Bill. They said this is our demand to be able to stay open for a few weeks. Republicans have said that that's just not even rational. Literally all we've done is said, let's take where we are right now, extend it out for 7 more weeks. Let's keep negotiating. Just don't shut the government down at this point. By the way, which was done 13 times in the past 4 years. There was a short-term continuing resolutions where both sides would say, let's keep it open at same levels. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the question, though, is Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. Yes, there's 60 votes needed in the Senate, but the American people see Republicans as controlling everything, and the government shuts down. You really think you're going to convince them that it's Democrats who are the ones who can't do their jobs?
I think it's going to be Republicans who are thinking Republicans the issue. Democrats are going to think the Democrats are issues. Independents will look at the issue and say, why aren't they just open? Yep. And so I think there'll be a lot of that at this point.
Okay. So Trump versus Obama, second term approval today. Trump 45%, Obama 44%. How much leverage does Trump have right now? How much leeway does he have with the Republican caucus to make, we're going to make a deal, some kind of concession to Democrats?
Well, he's the president of the United States. He has quite a bit of deal in this. So the way you make laws, the House, the Senate, and the White House have to all agree on something. If any one of them says no, then it doesn't happen. So, yeah, the president has a tremendous amount of swing in this.
Is he using that to try and bridge gaps with the Democrats, or is he just saying, you know what, we control everything, you've got to go with what we say?
Yeah, I would say if we go back to January, that's definitely the president's position. Obviously, there was a continuing resolution that happened in January that extended us out to where we are now. Democrats in the Senate came along with Republicans in the House, Senate, and White House and said, okay, yes. The president met with Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, Speaker Johnson, and with John Thune today to be able to talk about the current situation. And my understanding of that meeting, I wasn't sitting in that meeting, but my understanding of that meeting was the president basically said, this is 7 weeks. This is 7 weeks. We've got bigger issues to be able to deal with over the next 7 weeks. Why are you trying to be able to shut down the government over something that is literally just an extension of current year policy for 7 weeks?
Let me just play real quick for you, Senator.
Yeah.
You in 2018 on MSNBC. Take a listen.
Sure.
Is that what this is likely going to be, is some sort of deal that allows the president, allows Democrats to both say we're going to continue this conversation in 2019?
I would hope we actually continue it tomorrow, that we're not trying to continue in 2019. We're close enough in so many other issues that we should try to resolve it now. I think that's best for the American people rather than be able to extend this out.
Forgive me if I am giving you PTSD with that, but I'm wondering, number one, it's part of the quaint old days when you could go on a network like MSNBC or when they would have you on. But number two, isn't this kind of the point, though, that I hear you being reasonable now, I hear you being reasonable in that soundbite, and yet the conversation surrounding it, as we just heard from the House Minority Leader and from the Vice President of the United States, is not in any way optimistic. They don't seem to care whether it shuts down. You do.
I do, actually, because I flew into Washington, D.C. today. The TSA agents that were there working at the airport in Oklahoma City, they were all concerned about the same thing. Hey, am I going to have a paycheck? Is this going to continue? Or are we going to have people get laid off? There's a lot of folks that don't work in the federal offices, obviously hundreds of millions of Americans that don't. They're not thinking about this, but for the several million Americans that do work in those federal agencies, I know sometimes they get criticized saying they're federal workers, but these are a lot of folks just serving their neighbors and serving their nation. Many of them didn't serve in the military.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.